This is Enterprise Jazz. It makes running a mobile business a lot easier and a hell of a lot more profitable. This application is currently in production use by my auto detailing company Sharp Detail. This application is very useful and extremely fast. The heart of the application is the scheduler. The calendar that you see here is designed to allow someone to easily pick out times when appointments are available. On the left side is appointment information. It has a lot of information that you might expect, including start time, line items, appointment address, notes, and payment information. You can see how responsive the app is by changing the start time. Notice how you get an immediate visual update on the calendar when changing the start time. Even the date picker is engineered for speed. Little things like this enable a more natural communication rhythm with the customer. This means better productivity and better customer experience. A cool feature that you might not expect is the satisfaction surveys. These are automatically sent out after a job is completed and you can view them here. Another interesting feature is that you can upload and view associated documents. At Sharp Detail, the technicians upload before and after pictures when they get home for the day. These are awesome for building relationships with customers. At Sharp Detail, we send each customer a personal thank you email after their job, including shiny after pictures of their vehicle. This is a great way to make your customers feel cared for. You can also charge credit cards. You can take credit card information when scheduling, then after the job is done, the card can be charged. Currently, Authorize.net is used for this service, but in the future, I imagine merchant processing might be a great revenue stream. Looking on the right side, you can see the customer associated with this appointment. Again, there are some standard features that you would expect, including name, email, phone number, address, and notes. Some cool features that you might not expect are that if you click these buttons next to the phone number, you can call the customer through the browser or using a physical phone. In both cases, a recording of the phone call will be saved and associated with the customer. You can also view satellite images of the customer's house. Although this is not technically difficult, it's super useful. You can view all of the previous appointments that this customer has ever had. And probably the coolest feature here is that you can listen to all of the phone calls that you've ever had with the customer. The last piece of the scheduler are the line items. These are normally services, items, or discounts. Scrolling down to the discounts, you can configure these to auto-calculate. For example, Sharp Detail's Super Shine special is worth different amounts depending on what services the customer actually gets. The next thing I'd like to cover is the phone. This phone is very interesting for a few reasons. All calls can be recorded and accessed online. All of your calls are integrated with the rest of your information. This means you can look up a customer, then listen to a recent call you had with that customer. Okay, what this means is that you can hire a full-time receptionist with fluent English to work out of their home in, say, the Philippines. Even though the receptionist is calling from the Philippines, your customers will see a number local to their area on their caller ID. Conversely, your customers will dial a number local to their own area to talk to your receptionist in the Philippines working out of their home. Take this a step further and you can hire 3 full-time people and get up to 120 hours a week of phone coverage. You will convert more inbound leads this way and your customers will have an awesome experience from people who are dedicated only to them full-time. On top of that, when your receptionists are not communicating with customers, they can be doing marketing for you, including updating your social networks. In case you didn't know, you can hire a smart person in their mid-20s with a college degree in fluent English for $700 a month in the Philippines. That's about $4 an hour and $8,400 a year, full time. Put this all together, and using this application, you can have 3 full-time people working for less than your competition can have 1. Anyways, last thing for the phone, in case you haven't already noticed, this application can send and receive text messages as well as phone calls. You'd be surprised with the number of inbound leads that initiate contact with a text message. The People page has a lot of the same functionality as the Customer section on the scheduler. A few interesting things though. The search speed. This application is fast enough to search the customer database as you type. For the technically inclined, it is hitting a tokenized index with order 1 search complexity in a clustered Cassandra database. This application is horizontally scalable. It never executes searches with a complexity greater than order log of n. All of its searches are executed against indexes that can be split across multiple physical machines. This means this application will not hit a wall with user load. Add more hardware and you can handle more users. Anyways, once I've entered in my search, I can very quickly bounce from one person to the next and the application instantly updates. Next feature is the phone calls tab. One interesting feature is that it auto-loads more phone calls as you scroll down. And here you can see an inbound lead that originated as a text. Text messages are forwarded to the employee's phone as well as their email. This is the reporting tab. Already there are some cool features here, but honestly, we're still just scratching the surface. Here you can see how much revenue the company has made over a period of time. You can also see how much money each of the employees is making. This might not seem so important, but when paying commission, it is vitally important in retaining talent. If your employees aren't getting paid, you won't have any employees. Next cool thing is the satisfaction surveys tab. Surveys are automatically emailed to customers after each job. This tab tallies and displays the results. As you can see here, Sharp Detail has an overall satisfaction score of 4.8. That's 4.8 out of 5, not out of 10. I feel I should point that out. Here you can see the technician's individual averages. This is Martin. He has a 4.91 average. Gustavo is lower at a 4.72. This kind of information can be used to create a healthy competition between technicians. This is the link that customers actually get in their inbox. It loads very quickly and is very easy to use. The radio buttons and comment section autosave as the customer types. I am not being dramatic when I say that Sharp Detail would not be in business without this particular feature. This feature allows a mobile business to maintain a high standard of quality without driving around and checking every single job. Last cool thing here is call tracking. This tab tracks which tracking numbers are resulting in leads that are actually converting into appointments. Here you can see at Sharp Detail, most of our converted leads are coming in through our main numbers, but a few others are coming in through some of our other tracking numbers. The admin tab has a lot of necessary things that you would expect, such as company name, address, phone number, yada yada yada. One interesting thing is the phone numbers tab. This is all of the phone numbers that you own. You can forward the numbers to different people and also set different voicemail messages. At the bottom, you can buy new phone numbers in any area code that you select. One of the more groundbreaking things that this application does is allow customers to schedule online without talking to anyone at all. For some industries, this would be easy. For mobile auto detailing, it is very difficult. In order to provide this functionality, the application needs to take into account not only the length of time that the service will probably take, but the job location in relation to other jobs that same day. Additionally, the system auto-calculates any discount codes that the customer may have found online. The end result is that now your introverted customers can schedule detailing jobs at 3 in the morning. For the technically inclined, I'm now going to take a moment to cover the architecture. This application is completely browser-based. The back end is fully scalable. Just add more hardware and it can handle more users. This means requests can hit any one of many independent API servers. Databases are NoSQL and clusterable. There are no database joins. Client side is JavaScript using the Backbone Marionette frameworks and the Handlebars templating engine. Colors, styling, and placement are manipulated with minimal code changes. The client communicates with the server using REST resources supplying data in JSON format. HTML is almost never rendered on the server.